Hello, welcome to the Q. Talk a little bit about BBR 5 in Atlanta. I did plan on shooting more videos. However, for one reason, the game days, the timers that run for each game usually or have been in the past at 6 hours, and they shaved off a half hour off each team, which doesn't leave any time for walking around shooting videos. So normally in our games, we've got plenty of time left, and some teams, are up against the clock. But I think this weekend, with that extra half hour gone from each team, a lot of teams were up against the clock. There was a couple games where we were down to that 15-minute range, which is, you get to that part of the clock and you're trying to do stuff on your last turn. It adds a dimension of, I don't know, concern maybe, and you tend to miss a few things, and we did. And on day two, that was the day we were close on the clock for our time, and we left a couple points on the board, and could have probably maybe boosted us up one spot in the tournament order at the end, and we could have been on the gold table. However, the other change was the tournament round, and that's day three. In the past, the top four teams would go into the tournament round on Monday, and silver or the top two teams would play for silver and gold, and then the team 3 and 4 in the lineup would be playing for that bronze medal. So this year they decided, and it turned out pretty good actually. I think I like it quite a bit. They're going to bring 6 teams into the final day, so more teams are active on medal day, and then once you've got those top 6 teams picked, then we did a drawing, and the first team, or the number 1 seed, I guess you'd say, would choose which table they would sit at. And the first table was gold, the second table was silver, and the third table was bronze. So you could choose where you want to play, and then whatever table you're at, you had to win to get that medal. So we were at the silver table, which is where we won our game on that table. Had we gotten, what do we need? We needed 4 more points to switch places with the second place team or second seed, and then we would have been at the gold table playing for that. So we took home the silver, which was nice. It's always nice to win all 3 days when you're there. But speaking of that, I've got where's my little list here. There were 12 teams at the tournament, and it was kind of a lot more even than in years past. We had 3 teams that won twice, and I might have missed another team on there, but these were the teams that made that medal round. So that means, and we had 2 teams that won 3 times. So that leaves 1 team that was in the medal round that didn't win twice. Who would that be? Oh, okay, I know who that is now. So the teams that won twice, Bill Squared, the Rust Belt Brigade, and Fried Pickles. And the Fried Pickles won their second game on Monday to take that bronze medal. And my son's on that team. It was him and Brian from Oklahoma. And then 2 teams that won all 3 days, the 3 games. The gold medal winner, obviously, Fed by Dread, and then silver was Midwest Bombers, which was our team. So kind of unique when you look at what you have to do to get to the finals. Like I said, there was a team that got to the finals that I'm wondering if they were 1-1, and they didn't place. So they were 1-1, and then they lost in that bronze medal game, so they only had 1 win. So of the 6 teams that made the final, one of them was a 1 and 2 team. But still, that kind of gives more hope and more action for everyone to get into the final round, which was kind of cool. So I think they're going to keep that format going forward. We'll see, but I thought it was a good way to do it. And then the other thing too is you didn't pick if you were Axis or Allies on that final day. We drew it out of a hat. So one team would, whoever was the highest seed on that table, drew for that day to see if they were going to play Axis or Allies. So that was kind of cool. That way, there's no advantage given to anyone that maybe they're better at Axis or better at Allies. So it's kind of random. Which team they're going to be. You're only choosing the table you're sitting at, which it was interesting. Like I said, I quite enjoyed it. So it was a fun day, fun trip. We got home really late Tuesday night because we drove, and back to work Wednesday. I was pretty much a zombie on Wednesday, but at work. But it is what it is. Got through it, and I meant to make this video a little earlier, but a lot of busy things going on. We had lots of plans this weekend, so I got a few minutes here before the Chiefs kickoff, so I thought, well, you know what? Let's make that video now. But like I said, Jason with Sired Blood did a great job setting up the tournament, running the tournament. His bunker there is coming along nicely. It's about 3/4, 2/3 done, and it's pretty amazing. You saw some of it in a couple of my videos. Han on the wall there in a live display. That's pretty interesting. But like I said, he did a great job and deserves a lot of credit. I mean, a lot of congratulations and so forth. One thing we used these flight dice, and I had bought 4 sets, and 2 sets we'd played with here several games without any issues. But then I had 2 sets that were still in the bag, and what kind of noticed is the stickers on there started to I don't know if they were like adhering to each other and pulling off, but a lot of that was going on at the tables because they were stacking them in these slots, and they were all sticking together, and then when you were pulling them off, it was like little bits and pieces started to separate. So that was kind of unfortunate. But the 2 sets I had that were in the bag that started doing that, I did spray them with this Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover. It's just a clear mat, and we'll see how that goes. But it's what we use on the maps. When we get the maps printed, we'll put a little customization and spray them down just to keep the scratches down. So we'll see that should work on there. And so if you've got some dice that might be, or even before they would start peeling those stickers, I would go ahead and give them a coating. I'll probably do that with my other 2 sets that we've been using just to give them a little extra protection. So there's a public service announcement there. But like I said, the tournament was fun. Next year, look forward to going back. And we've got a couple more tournaments. St. Louis, I know my son and his cousins are looking forward to going to that one again in March. That's in St. Louis. There is talk of another BBR tournament in Chicago, and I think they're looking at June for that. And then there's another rumor of another one in another location, but I haven't heard any announcements on that one yet. So we will see where we go from there. And until I talk to you next time, which will be pretty soon because we've got a 3-year video coming up here shortly. Until then, keep rolling dice. All right, now we're going to check the placement of the chair. Hello. Let's just start over.